The NWSL kick off their 10th regular season this week, and here's a look at what's to come in the league. It all gets started Friday night when Angel City welcomed the North Carolina Courage to Bank of California Stadium. 2 matches then on Saturday, including the Thorns in Kansas City out west and Racing Louisville on the road to face Chicago. Then 3 matches on Sunday. Washington will host the Reign, Gotham FC in Florida to take on the Pride, and the Dash will host the San Diego Wave, all of which available for you on Paramount+. So as the regular season begins, we've also got the semi-finals of the Challenge Cup coming up. But here to look ahead to this weekend's game, co-host of the Attacking Third podcast, Lisa Roman, and 2-time Olympic gold medalist Aly Wagner join us now on HQ. Aly, we've got 6 matches to look forward to for match day 1 of the regular season. Which one have you got circled on your calendar?
Yeah, it has to be the home opener for Angel City. They're going to be hosting North Carolina. This is going to be the expansions team's first play in the Bank of California Stadium. And by all accounts, a ton of tickets have been sold. The environment is going to be lit. The celebrity investors that they have, Natalie Portman, Jessica Chastain, Jennifer Garner, those people are going to be in the house. And they're going to hope that this Angel City team picks up off of the momentum that they garnered this last week. They got their first W against Portland, but having said that, this is a side that has been incredibly porous defensively. They've let in 13 goals in the Challenge Cup, which was tied for worst. And they're going to be going up against a North Carolina team that was hot offensively in the Challenge Cup, a team that's still fighting in that playoff, in the playoffs that are coming up in the semifinals. And they are a team that have been averaging 2 goals per game. So this is a game that I expect to see a lot of action. I think it's going to be a bit open, and I think you're going to get a lot of goals. So over under, I'm saying you're going 4 goals at least in this matchup. I love it. And I think we all do when you're coming to watch a football game and you're going to see some action in the final third.
I'm keeping my eye on Washington Spirit versus OL Reign. It's the start of the regular season, so we've only seen Spirit and OL Reign in their Challenge Cup play, which is limited to regional competition. This match is on Sunday. It's hosted by Washington at Audi Field, and it's a preview of the NWSL Challenge Cup semi-cup that's happening just a few days later. But the Washington attack is something that I am so keyed in on with Ashley Sanchez, Trinity Rodman, Ashley Hatch. They scored 12 goals in the Challenge Cup. They were so lethal. Washington and OL Reign went undefeated throughout the Challenge Cup. And Aly, you mentioned lots of goals between North Carolina and Angel City. I'm expecting a lot of goals between these two sides as well. With OL Reign, they scored 11 goals throughout the Challenge Cup. Their lethal attack as well. Jess Fishlock, Rose Lavelle, Allie Watt, Bethany Balser. It's going to be a true test for both of these sides as they face different competition than they've seen throughout the Challenge Cup.
Well, a couple of cracking matches to look forward to, but the start of the regular season means it's time for early predictions. Last season, it was Trinity Rodman who won Rookie of the Year. Lisa, give us your pick to win the award this season.
Midfielder for San Diego FC, Kelsey Turnbow, is my pick. She started 5 of the 6 games for San Diego so far. She's got an assist throughout the Challenge Cup. The product out of Santa Clara University, she played forward throughout her college days, and Casey Stoney has her playing in the midfield. It's a tall task for a first-year player to make an impact in an expansion club that is San Diego. She's got 2 yellow cards, so monitoring her enthusiasm and her emotion on the pitch is something Turnbow's going to need to pay close attention to. But playing alongside forward Alex Morgan, I'm expecting a lot from Turnbow. Whether we see her in the midfield or up top in the attack, she's going to be contributing because she's good with the ball at her feet. Her decision making has been getting better. It's those quick 1-2 touches that is making her play so much faster. If she can continue to adjust to the speed of the NWSL at the rate we've already seen throughout the Challenge Cup, Kelsey Turnbow will be the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, look, Bronco shout out. I love it, Lisa. A smart pick. And Kelsey Turnbow, you know, I'm going with another Santa Clara Bronco. Maybe I'm biased. My alma mater. I'm going with Alex Luetta. Initially, I was leaning towards Sam Coffey of the Portland Thorns, but with this past weekend, we saw Alex Luetta just get on the score sheet with this bomb, her first goal in the NWSL. And this is something that Alex Luetta is capable of. With the Broncos, she played in the back line in the center back position. When she came into Kansas City under Matt Potter, that was initially where he was envisioning her to play a role. She was partnered next to another rookie in Weinbrenner. And the two, it's been up and down, as you would imagine, for rookies playing in the center back position in the Challenge Cup. Some really good moments and some really teachable moments. And the fact that they've been able to weather that storm, get themselves into the playoffs, I think speaks volumes about the potential of a rookie like Alex Loera. Now that she's moving up a bit higher in the pitch into a 6th spot, this actually is the role that I see her playing long term. I think that Vlatko Ananoski has to take a good look at her for the U.S. women's national team in this position. And I think he needs to start bringing her in and getting her acclimated to the way they play at the international level, because the upside of Alex Loera is massive. And especially a player that plays in such a comfortable role defensively, can snuff out any attack that's coming at her, but is incredibly calm in possession. For a rookie to come in and look like she is at peace in that center mid spot, that speaks a lot to, I think, the quality that she has and the potential that she has to really dictate flow for her team moving forward. Alex Loera.
Aly, I know you love nothing more than 2 former Broncos leading that race for Rookie of the Year, but let's talk about MVP then. Aly, who's a player that's massively impressed you so far that's the leading candidate at this point in the season?
I say let's just throw more pressure on Trinity Rodman. This player, last year, Rookie of the Year. Why not move on to MVP for the whole league? And I think it's my pick for her is for a few reasons. One, we can speak to just the skill set. There is no one like her in the NWSL. Her pace, her explosiveness, her ability to win the ball back for her team with how she presses the game, and then dynamic ability inside the 18. She just has striker instincts and the quality to find the back of the net. So she is going to be in these positions a lot this season because, as you spoke about, Lisa, the ability of this Washington Spirit team isn't just going to fall, or the outcomes are not going to fall on Rodman's shoulders. There's plenty of other players that are going to attract the attention of the opponents. Ashley Hatch, another U.S. women's national team player. Ashley Sanchez, another U.S. women's national team player. So they are going to be magnets as well for the defense, and that is only going to open up space for Trinity Rodman. I really like what Chris Ward, the manager, is doing in the evolution of the way this Washington Spirit team plays. He's rotating their fullbacks into more interior positions in their build out. And guess what that does? That isolates their wingers 1v1, and that is the bread and butter of Trinity Rodman. So I think she is going to lift this team. I think she's going to lead this team, and I expect them to be vying for that Shield and playoff time.
Mallory Pugh, forward for Chicago Red Stars. I'm keeping my eye on her. She started all 5 of the Challenge Cup games she's played for the Red Stars. She's netted 4 goals in those 5 games, and her confidence is continuously growing. She's made her way back as a mainstay in the U.S. national team, and she's one of the most impressive players to watch right now in the NWSL. Her versatility in the attack is incredibly impressive. She can play centrally or she can play out on the wing. And when she's on the wing, which is where head coach for the Red Stars, Chris Petroselli, has mainly been playing Pugh, she is a triple threat. She can receive the ball, go end line, and send dangerous crosses in. She can cut inside and take the ball herself, or she can team up in man-up opportunities, 2v1s, a little give and go, get in behind opponent's back line, and she is lethal in front of the goal. If she can continue to stay healthy throughout this year, continue to score goals, and be an assist leader for the Chicago Red Stars, something we've seen her do in the past, 4 assists in 2021. Mallory Pugh is going to be unstoppable, not just for the Red Stars, but for the national team. She's my MVP to keep an eye on.
Yeah, Mallory Pugh, always one to watch, isn't she, for club and country? Well, they're individual selections, but let's talk about the biggest prize of them all. Lisa, give us your pick to win this year's NWSL Shield.
OL Reign is my team to watch. They are going to come out on top. The Shield, meaning that this team will end at the top of the standings in the regular season for the NWSL. They've been undefeated across 6 Challenge Cup matches. Head coach Laura Harvey has stepped into this role and just been electric. She knows how to use her personnel and players so effectively on the pitch. Harvey herself has already won the Shield twice. She's a 3-time NWSL Coach of the Year, and the strengths we've seen from OL Reign are something that can last an entire season. They can attack in such a variety variety of ways with their individual player performances, crosses into the box, shots from distance. Their aerial presence is tremendous as well. And on the other side of the ball, defensively, throughout 6 Challenge Cup matches, they've only conceded 5 goals, and a lot of that is due in part to the first-year goalkeeper, Fallon Tullis-Joyce, who has been tremendous in goal. Not a lot of fans knew Tullis-Joyce's name coming into the Challenge Cup, and now they won't forget her. Along with the variety of personnel that OL Reign has, I'm keeping my eye on OL Reign. They might go all the way.
You know, this was a really difficult pick for me, Poppy, and I landed on OL Reign as well, Lisa. It was a conundrum because when I look at this OL Reign team, I go, okay, who is going to be the leader? Who's going to be the majority of their goal scorer? Is it Bethany Balser, who led the way in Challenge Cup with 2 to this point? But they've had 11 different goal scorers. And so perhaps that void is picked up by multiple players across all lines, because that is my biggest concern for them. Can Rose Lavelle stay healthy? Can Jess Fishlock go the distance? We see this is a player that has great energy, a great engine. But I've noticed in the Challenge Cup that over the last 20 minutes of each match, she phases out. And she is one of the key cogs, one of the most pivotal players for this group. So I was really hesitant in picking them, and I ended up landing on them because of their defensive stability. You've got Sofia Huerta at the right back, Alana Cook, the starting center back right now for the U.S. Women's National Team. And I just think that defensively, they understand their roles and responsibilities and how to press and counter press. And it takes a ton of pressure off that back line. And it really allows players like Huerta to get into more advanced positions and impact the game offensively, which is something she's just so much more comfortable with. So ultimately, I landed on OL Reign just really because of the defensive solidity, and they can get goals from different areas. I just have concerns over their ability to do it over the course of the season and who is going to be that leading goal scorer. I do have to give a special nod out, though, to Washington Spirit and North Carolina, because those are the two that I was really throwing up in that top category of being able to be Shield winners, both with North Carolina, similar reasons. They've got great defensive stability. The rest of their team has shifted around, but they've brought in more attacking personalities. We saw it last weekend with Caroline, a Brazilian international, and the combination of her with Dabinia, her compatriot, was really electric. So I think they have the ability to continue to light up teams offensively, good defensive stability. And then the Spirit, of course, we've talked about them incessantly. They have the best attacking dynamic front group, I think, across the league. So you can't count them out. They just got to stay healthy defensively.
So a couple to keep our eye on, but both tipping Laura Harvey's side to go all the way. We've got so much to look forward to with the conclusion of the Challenge Cup coming up and then the start of the regular season this weekend. Aly, Lisa, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And for more from Lisa Roman and Sandra Herrera, be sure to download the Attacking Third podcast to keep up to date with all the latest news in the NWSL. The Attacking Third podcast, download and subscribe today.